experiences were unlike what I think you are supposed to think formative experiences for a black artist are. The first time I listened to Abbey Road was in a room full of Black Panthers. My father dropped me off at my cousin's house. My cousin was a Black Panther. It was back in the day where there weren't helicopter parents, so my dad just dropped me off and saw me. He didn't see me to the door. He was in the car, and I walked to the door. And once the door opened, he was like, "Later for you. I'm coming back in 3 hours." So I went to the house, and it smelled really funny, you know. And this record was playing, and there were all these guys sitting with like gigantic afros with these small lapel leather jackets and glasses on, small glasses inside while it was dark in the house. And I was just like, this is exactly where I want to be. I was like 9. And I was just like, this is exactly where I want to be. I don't know what's going on here, but this is exactly where I want to be. And they were like cleaning up the stuff that was on the table. I could tell some kind of activity was happening because the 9-year-old was here, the cousin was there, you know. And in order to distract me, one of the guys there said, "Hey little man, I'm gonna blow your mind." And he plugged in these headphones, and he put these headphones on my head for the first time. So my formative musical experience is listening to the side 2 of Abbey Road and seeing a bunch of black guys with giant afros clean up weed and straighten up the house so I wouldn't tell their mom, you know. And none of my rock and roll experiences had anything to do in those days with like, oh, I discovered this when I got bused in some white school. All of my friends who turned me on to things like Pink Floyd and psychedelic music and all this were all black guys who played rock and roll music. And we just kind of knew each other from radar. You know, you could just kind of see him across the way and like, oh, he's gonna be one of those guys. You know, my school was so rough that we had a guy named David Morgan who was very big, and he was on the football team, and he would bring the little analog tape recorder, and we would listen to Led Zeppelin. When David Morgan wasn't there, we couldn't do that because the Crips would come and they would call us faggots. So when David Morgan was there, Crips would just like, you know, cool, you know, Led Zeppelin's cool, you know what I mean? And we would listen, we got to listen to that music because David Morgan was like 6'8" and 8th grade or something, right? You know? But when the Crips were there and David Morgan wasn't there, you had to not play the music. So I mean, I kind of grew up with this like wanting this story to get out in some way, you know, and a lot of Passing Strangers and that, just like wanting to get this black story out that I wasn't seeing, you know, this complicated black story that is just something that I'm not seeing enough. As soon as I see enough of it, I'll start doing something else, you know. Big artisanal bread in Brooklyn or something.